order processing. We are going to discuss two topics today, kind of. Back order processing and rescheduling. Back order processing and rescheduling. What is back order processing? First of all, what is a back order? Let's say a customer has placed an order for quantity of 10. The 10 is not available today at the requested delivery date. So what happens? Your schedule lines will confirm the date on a new date. Let's say if November 25th is what the customer has asked the delivery to happen, and let's say you don't have them by November 25th, the system will propose a new schedule line, say November 30th, and say, yes, I'm going to deliver it by 30th. That's called a back order. The back order is where the requested delivery date by the customer could not be met, and the system has created a new schedule line or a new set of dates. That's called a back order. An order that is not fully confirmed for the customer's requested delivery date. That's called a back order. Okay? So what's up with this back order? Now, what's the big deal about back order? In order to really understand it, we have to first understand a couple of things here. What is a requirement? Okay. What is a requirement? And requirements meaning sales requirements, the one that we have discussed yesterday. Transfer of requirements. And how can you see requirements? And is there a way to manipulate these requirements? From how can you really control them? Not at the configuration level, we're not going to go there, but just the theory part. Okay? So let's create an order and see an example. That way, you'll be able to remember it much easier. Okay, so we create an order, a regular order, OR 1010. Your customer, and then some material. Let's give a quantity, say 53, just so that we can remember that number. Okay? And go to the schedule lines and see that your 53 is confirmed. Okay, save this guy. What is the order number? 13603. Okay, 13603 for a quantity of 53. Now go to transaction MD04. MD04. What is the material? M0. Don't worry about that is 1200. Okay. So this gives you a list of all the MRP elements. In this case, an MRP element is order number, line item. See, these are all order numbers, 13318. Yesterday I told you, right? Any order for a physical deliverable will transfer the requirements to MRP. How does the requirement look like? Here is how a requirement will look like. So on this date, there is an order. Order is this one, and this belongs to line item 10. Sorry. This belongs to line item 10. And that is for a quantity of 10. Okay? Here is the order. Here is the corresponding line item. What is the total requirement for? And what type of requirement is it? It's a sale from stock. Or or empty gas, make to stock kind of a requirement. Okay. Now, what was our original order? 13063 or 13603. Which one order was that? 5, 12, 11. See, this is the one. Remember? 53 quantity. 13603. Line number 100 is 53. This is called a requirement. This is how a requirement line item will look like. MRP would actually pick out requirements from this list. This is the raw list of requirements that are posted to MRP. MRP process would pick requirements from here and process its own logic. Okay? Now there is a requirement here of 53 that has been transferred to MRP. And how can you see it? You can see it in MD04. Okay? And you can also see the total available quantity, which is 99,444. Okay? Now, what if some of the quantity is not available? Then, like I said, the system goes on a back order, meaning some of the quantity might be confirmed, some quantity might not be confirmed, or all the quantity might not be confirmed. So, an order is said to be back ordered if some or all of the quantity ordered is not available. And then the system proposes a new date. Then it's called a back order. Now, there are a couple of situations that will happen that might require some manual intervention. Okay? Very simple. I'll talk about those situations. Okay, here you go. One situation could be like this. There is an M01 again, some material. There is a stock of 100 stock. Okay. There is an order 13063 for quantity of 53. As soon as this order is placed, there are, apart from other things, there are two things that will happen with respect to the stock and MRP. The first thing is requirement passed on to MRP. This is the first thing that will happen. The requirement will be passed on to MRP. And you can view it by going to MD04. The second thing is, out of the available stock of 100, the corresponding 53 will be reserved. This is number 2. Stock is reserved. Okay? So minus 53, the available stock now becomes 47. It's also called unrestricted stock, meaning something that's readily available for the next coming customer. Okay? Unrestricted stock becomes 47. So these are the two things that will happen. Now, think about some scenarios like this. Now, another order 13064 comes in for a quantity of 100. Now, what happens? There is only 47 that is available. So, the system will split up that quantity into two schedule lines. One, confirming a quantity of 47 because 47 is readily available. Second schedule line will be created for 53 for a future date. This type of order is called a back order, where some or all of the quantity is not available, hence the system is pushing the date to a future date so that when the goods become available on a future date, they can be sent out to the customer. Okay, so far so good. Order is saved. Now, let's say this order was created on November 25th. Now, on November 26th, some unexpected stock has come in from the vendor. Stock has come in. How much quantity? Let's say 100. Now, on November 26th, another order was created. 13065 for a quantity of 10. Now what happens? There is some stock that is available, but this guy has already placed an order on November 25th. But we have put 53 of the quantity as back order. Now should this be given preference here, or will this take over and then take 10 quantity? What happens? The system reaction is, it doesn't bother about 13064 by default. Okay, there is stock, fresh stock again that has come in, fresh order that has come in. Let's confirm this 10 quantity. That is the system's reaction. The system's default reaction is, there is a stock, there is an order that has come in. Let's try to match up what is there in the stock against the current order. That's it. It doesn't bother about previous orders, how much is balanced. Let's try to allocate some stock to the previous order. No, that does not happen. Okay? But that's not fair, right? 13064 was placed yesterday, November 25th. But November 26th is today. Yesterday's customer should be given a preference because he already placed it yesterday. So how do we make the system react accordingly? In order for this, there is a batch process called rescheduling. Rescheduling. I believe the transaction for that is V_Hori, but let me quickly check it. It's generally scheduled as a batch process, so you don't need to really run it online. Oh, no, this is back order processing. Must be somewhere here. Yeah. No. Yes, see, V_V2. This is back rescheduling. So if you run V_V2, you can run it by a variety of parameters like material plant, what stock to, what are the different options. You can run it in simulation mode, you can run it in real mode. How do these documents need to be sorted, blah blah blah. No, don't go into the details of it, not important. Understand the concept behind rescheduling. Why is rescheduling used? You don't even need to remember the transaction. V_V2, not necessary. Every night, rescheduling will be run. So that, what does rescheduling does? It allocates stock from the existing stock as well as currently allocated orders and does justice to old orders. That's what it does. So if there are older orders that are pending, that are back ordered, and some stock got allocated to new orders, then it will do the readjustment. Okay, that order should get a priority, so it will take some stock from here and put it there. This is called rescheduling. And every night it runs as a batch process and stock will be distributed. Okay? It's an automated process. Now the second thing that happens is backorder processing. Backorder processing is more of a manual step, meaning this is where one of the users will go and specifically remove stock from one order and assign it to a different order. Okay, the transaction for this is B_RA, and all you have to do there is select your material for which you want to redistribute your stock and select your sales document. Okay, when you do that, the system will say, okay, here is the list of back orders against your selection criteria. Then select and then click on back orders. Okay, and then you'll see the entries highlighted in blue in MD04. Okay? All it does is actually open MD04, that back order processing program, right? It opens MD04 and then selects the lines that you have selected. For example, there is order A and order B. Order A has got a confirmed quantity of 10, but order B has a confirmed quantity of 10, but order A was issued yesterday by the customer and 10 quantity was not confirmed. So it became back ordered. Now what you want to do is, maybe because of some reason, rescheduling, whatever rescheduling has done, you are not satisfied with. You want to manually do some adjustments. Like allocate 10 more from order A to order B to order A. So what do? You go to V_RA, select your material, select both these orders, order A, order B, and then execute. It will take you to MD04 and then highlight both these orders with blue based on your selection criteria. Now, when you select that element, right, whatever MRP element that is highlighted in blue, click on Change Confirmation. Okay. First, what you'll do is, the order B was already allocated. Order A is not allocated. So order B, you'll select order B's line item in MD04 and click on Change Confirmation. Okay. Then you can change the committed quantity or confirmed quantity. How do you change the confirmed quantity? For example, 10 is the total confirmed quantity. Okay, you reduce that quantity. I don't want to give 10 quantity to B. I want to give only 5 quantity to B. That's fine. You enter 5. Then the system will confirm only 5 quantity for order B. Okay, but you have to make sure that the respective quantity is available. If it is not available, then you cannot really do anything. Okay, so once you remove that stock, then it becomes available in the general stock. See, if order B has consumed 10 quantity as confirmed and reserved, if you release 5 from it, it will go into the general pool. So as soon as it goes into the general pool, all you have to do is open the other order in MD04 and assign that stock to the other order A. Okay. Now there are a multitude of things that you can do here, that you can play around with respect to stock. I don't want you to really go through all the options here. It's not important. Okay. Just understand the high level concept. What is rescheduling? What is backorder processing? What is the difference between the two? Rescheduling is generally a nightly batch process that automatically allocates and deallocates stock based on the priority. And you can set those priorities, whether it's based on dates or whatever. Okay, that is rescheduling. Backorder processing is a manual way to allocate and deallocate stocks for a specific set of orders. So for Walmart's orders, you want to allocate more stock rather than Target's orders. Okay, no problem. Take Walmart's orders for the day, take Target's orders for the day, deallocate some stock that SAP has already allocated to Target and put it in the pool. Automatically they will be available for Walmart. So open Walmart's orders, take some from the stock pool and confirm it in the Walmart's order. Now, how you do that, the exact steps are all listed here. I would recommend, don't even worry about that. you have some time, I'll send you this PPT, go through it. But I would rather just have you understand the concept more than ever. What is backorder processing? What is rescheduling? What is the difference between the two? Which one is an automated process? Which one is a batch process? When you should use a backorder processing are the only things that you need to understand. Okay? I don't want to bore you with all the details, exactly as to how it is done. It's all mechanical, nothing groundbreaking here. Okay? It's all playing with stock that is confirmed against a particular order, pull it back from that order, put it in the pool meaning general stock, and then bring it back to order A or order B or C, whatever order you want. Okay? Okay, all these steps, if you really want to do a system, it will take some time. I would not recommend that you do them at this point. So before I close this back order and rescheduling, do you have any questions?
Hey, Siva. This is Sonal.
Yes.
Okay, this is like more look like user level transaction, but the automatic like the batch process, is it configurable, and do we configure that or who configure that?
There is no configuration there. It is not an SPRO transaction.
No. I'm asking you, the automatic batch process is every night it's run, right? For scheduling?
Right.
Okay, so that the automatic not here whatever you explained, but the automatic rescheduling processing, is that processing configurable or what is automatic in the system? That's what my question. You know what I mean?
Not really. So let me see if I understood your question right. So who configures that? Who sets that batch process? Is it the user or is it us? Is that your question?
So that's where I understand the user. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
The batch process who.
It's the basis consultant who sets the batch process according to how you specify. So you have to specify that here is my program, here is my variant, I want this to run every night at 10 p.m. So you give the requirements, your basis consultant can configure it, number one. Number two, you also can configure a batch process if you are given. In some clients, you are also given permission and you can configure the batch process. But most of the time, basis consultants set the batch process based on the requirements that you are going to give.
Okay. And can you explain about basic, can you just little bit, what is the basic consultant? Because I don't have any much idea.
Basis consultant is a system administrator.
Oh, okay.
They will take care of administration jobs like creation of user IDs, clearing away of the logs, transport, TR requests, moving from one system to another. All administration related activities from a technical perspective are taken care by a consultant called SAP Basis Consultant.
Okay.
Just like there is an SAP SD consultant, SAP MM consultant, these are all functional. On the technical end, there is Basis and ABAP. ABAP is all coding, Basis is all system administration.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Siva.
Yes, thank you. Okay, any other questions? All right then.